When we change the subject of a formula, we are rearranging a formula to change the letter that's by itself. In this first example, we've got v equals u plus at. At the moment, v is the subject of the formula. V is by itself, or you could say it's in the form v equals something. We're asked to make a the subject of the formula, so that means get a by itself, or get it in the form a equals something. So let's look at how we do this. We've got v equals u plus at at the moment. We've got a positive u here. To get rid of it, we can take a u away from both sides. So if we just subtract a u from both sides, that will give us v minus u on the left side. And we've got u minus u, which cancels out, it's nothing. So we've just got at left on the right side. We want to get a by itself. At the moment, a is multiplied by t. So to get rid of a multiplication, we do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So we can divide both sides by t, which will give us v minus u over t equals, and on this side we've just got a. T over t cancels out. We've just got a left. So v minus u over t equals a, or we could write that the other way around and say a equals v minus u over t. So a is now the subject. A is by itself. The second question, second example, we have b equals 2a minus 5c. Make c the subject of the formula. So we need to get c by itself. There are two ways that I could do this, and I'm going to show you both of them. So I prefer this way. So we've got b equals 2a minus 5c. I'm going to start by making my c positive. So I've got minus 5c at the moment. If I plus 5c to both sides, I'll have b plus 5c equals 2a. Then I'm going to start getting c by itself. So if I take away b from both sides, that will give me 5c equals 2a minus b. And then I've got c multiplied by 5. To get rid of that, to get rid of a times 5, I divide by 5. So if I divide both sides by 5, I'm going to have c equals 2a minus b all over 5. So that is my preferred way. I could have also done it differently. I could have said I want c by itself, so let's get rid of this 2a first. So it's a positive 2a, so take 2a away from both sides, which would have given b minus 2a equals a negative 5c. And then to get negative 5 away from c, at the moment they're multiplied, so the opposite of multiplication is division. Divide both sides by negative 5. So that would be b minus 2a over negative 5 equals c. And that is a correct answer. It's better to not have a negative on the bottom of the fraction. So this one looks nicer, but it would still be a correct answer. And you could, if you wanted to, multiply top and bottom by negative 1, which would get you the same answer. So that is a correct answer, and they are equivalent. They are the same thing. It's just better to have a positive number on the bottom of the fraction. But either way, they are both correct answers. Okay, 2 questions for you to try, so pause the video and have a go at these. Question 1. So we're going to make t the subject of the formula. I'm going to start by subtracting 7 from both sides. So 5u minus 7 equals 2t. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So we've got t is equal to 5u minus 7 over 2. And question 2, make u the subject of the formula. So I'm going to start again, as I did previously, by making the u term positive. So I'm going to plus 4u to both sides. So that's v plus 4u equals 5t. Then I'm going to, well, I want u by itself. I'm going to get rid of v. So I'm going to subtract v from both sides. So 4u equals 5t minus v. Then at the moment u's times 4. So I'm going to do the opposite of timesing by 4, which is dividing by 4. So that gives us u equals 5t minus v over 4. If you did it the other way around and you got v minus 5t over a negative 4, that is equivalent, it is the same thing. Okay, another set of examples. So m equals 3n plus 5 over 4. Make n the subject of the formula. This whole side is divided by 4 at the moment. To get rid of that, the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So we'll start by multiplying both sides by 4. So if I times both sides by 4, that will give us 4m equals 3n plus 5. I'll then subtract 5 from both sides. So 4m minus 5 equals 3n. And then to get n by itself, divide both sides by 3. So n is 4m minus 5 over 3. And question 2. Again, make n the subject of the formula. We've got m equals half n minus 10. We're going to start by plussing 10 to both sides, which is m plus 10 equals half n. And how do I get rid of a half? So to get rid of a half, I can multiply both sides by 2. So if I multiply both sides by 2, and I can just leave this as a bracket, I get n equals 2m plus 10. Okay, 2 for you to try. So pause the video and have a go at these. The first one, we've got m equals 2n minus 1 all over 6. To get rid of the divide by 6, we're going to multiply both sides by 6. So that will be 6m equals 2n minus 1. We're going to get rid of a minus 1 by plussing 1 to both sides. So 6m plus 1 equals 2n. And we've got n is times by 2 at the moment. So to get rid of that, we divide both sides by 2. So n equals 6m plus 1 over 2. For the second one, we have m equals 1/4 n plus 5. We get rid of the plus 5 by subtracting 5 from both sides. So m minus 5 equals a quarter n. We've got a quarter of an n. To get rid of a quarter, we can multiply by 4. So we multiply both sides by 4. And that gives us n equals 4 and a bracket m minus 5. So 4 times m minus 5. Two more examples. This time we have squares and square roots. So we've got g equals 2h squared plus 1. We will start by subtracting 1 from both sides. So subtract 1 from both sides. That will get rid of the plus 1. So g minus 1 equals 2h squared. Then to get h squared by itself, we can divide both sides by 2. So g minus 1 over 2 equals h squared. And to get rid of a squared, we do the opposite of squaring, which is square rooting. So h equals the square root of g minus 1 over 2. And I'm going to write plus or minus in front of the square root. And that is because if I had h squared equals 16, h could be 4, it could be positive 4. Positive 4 squared is 16, but it could also be negative 4. Negative 4 squared is also 16. So h is the plus or minus the square root of 16. It's plus or minus 4. So when we square root something, it could be plus or minus. So that is our answer. Okay, the second one, we have a equals, and it's all the square root of 3b plus 5c. So we're going to need to get rid of this square root because it's over all of it first. The opposite of square rooting is squaring. So we square both sides. So that's a squared equals 3b plus 5c. We want to get b by itself. So let's take 5c away from both sides. So a squared minus 5c equals 3b. And to get b by itself, divide both sides by 3. So b is equal to a squared minus 5c over 3. Okay, 2 for you to try. So pause the video and have a go at these. Question 1. Make h the subject of the formula. At the moment we have g equals 2h squared over 5. The whole side is over 5. So let's get rid of that divided by 5 first. And we'll do that by multiplying both sides by 5. So that will be 5g equals 2h squared. So let's get rid of the times by 2. H squared is times by 2. We'll get rid of a times by 2 by dividing both sides by 2. So 5g over 2 equals h squared. And the opposite of squaring is square rooting. So if I square root both sides, I'm going to get plus or minus the square root of 5g over 2. And the last one, a equals the square root of 2b minus 1. We'll get rid of the square root first by squaring both sides. The opposite of square rooting is squaring. So a squared equals 2b minus 1. We want b by itself, so that's plus 1 get rid of a minus 1 by plussing 1 to both sides. So a squared plus 1 equals 2b. And to get rid of a times by 2, we divide by 2. So divide both sides by 2, and we get b equals a squared plus 1 all over 2. And we'll finish up with 3 questions for you to try. So have a go at these. Question 1. Make t the subject of the formula. So we have v equals u plus at. We want t by itself. So if we take u away from both sides, v minus u equals at. To get t by itself, we need to divide by a. So divide both sides by a. So v minus u over a is equal to t. Or we could write the other way round, so t equals v minus u over a. Question 2. Make a the subject of the formula. So at the moment we've got s equals ut plus half at squared. So we've got a ut at the moment, a positive ut. So if we subtract ut from both sides, we'll have s minus ut equals half at squared. And, well, I'm going to get rid of a half now. So to get rid of the half, I'm going to double. So multiply both sides by 2. So that'll be 2 times s minus ut equals at squared. And now a is multiplied by t squared. So to get rid of that, we're going to divide both sides by t squared. So divide both sides by t squared. So a is equal to 2 times s minus ut over t squared. And question 3, make c the subject of the formula. So a equals the square root of b minus 5c over 2. So to get rid of a square root, we're going to square both sides. So that's our first step. So that gives us a squared equals b minus 5c over 2. Then I'm going to get rid of my divided by 2 by multiplying both sides by 2. So 2a squared equals b minus 5c. Now I'm going to make my c term positive because I don't want to divide by a negative number at the end. You don't have to do this, but it just looks nicer as an answer. So plus 5c to both sides. So 2a squared plus 5c equals b. Then subtract 2a squared from both sides. So 5c equals b minus 2a squared. And then divide both sides by 5. So we have c equals b minus 2a squared over 5. If you did it the other way round, you'd get 2a squared minus b over a negative 5.